Hello everyone, it's nice to be back once again. Even today we will be discussing about sociology, and today we are going to start with your unit 3, which we had some discussions in our previous classes, okay? And the name of the unit 3 is social institutions, okay? Under the social institutions, we had discussed about the family, and we have also learned that family is one of the primary institutions, okay, in the society. And because of the family, we learn how to, socialize ourselves, and we also learn all the basic manners, of the society, and also there is also a social control in the family, right? So with all those elements and also those basic features is what we have learned in family. Now, when we talk about family, okay, the family is also related, right? Now, through family, we are related to so many people, right? Some may be through our blood relationship, okay? For example, the relationship between a father and a son, or the relationship between the brothers and sisters, right? So those kind of relationship which is through blood, okay? And also relationship which is built through your marriage, okay? For example, your father and mother are married. Now what happens is that a boy, okay, for example, a boy married to a girl, okay? Now what happens is that the boy's family and the girl's family, okay, they become relatives, which means relatives through marriage, okay? So those kind of relations, or relation which is built by adoption, okay? Adoption. Now, those things, okay? The first one is through blood, okay? The second one is through marriage, okay? And the third one is through adoption, okay? This type of relation or this type of relatives, okay, which has been built through blood, marriage, and adoption is called as kinship, okay? It's called as kinship. In simple terms, okay, the relationship through blood, okay, or through marriage or through adoption, okay, is called as kinship, okay? That is what we will learn, okay? Now, when we talk about kinship, okay, we have heard a lot, right? Now, what happens is that, okay, this particular thing, called as the blood, it can be through common descent, okay? For example, your grandfather, your father, yourself, your children, right? You are descended from a common descent, right? So this can be called as relationship through blood, okay? So now what happens is that we will be discussing a little bit about the types of kinship. Now, when we talk about the types of kinship, we have basically two types of kinship here, okay? The first one is called as affinal, and the next one is called as consanguineal, okay? So that is what we will learn today, okay? Now, affinal, okay? A-F-F-I-N-A-L, affinal kinship, okay? Now, what kind of kinship is this? What kind of relationship is built through this affinal kinship is affinal kinship is kinship based on affinity, okay? Based on affinity. What does it mean by the term affinity here? Affinity of marriage, okay? Means relationship which is built, through marriage is called as affinal kinship, okay? Affinal kinship. Now, relationship which is built through marriage is called as, okay, affinal kinship here. Now, the marriage, okay, establishes relationship not only between the husband and the wife, that's one thing, okay? Not only between the husband and the wife, okay? But this type of relationship is built, between the husband and the wife's family, okay? And the wife and the husband's family, right? So, affinal kinship or marriage through, the relationship which is built through marriage, okay, is not just between the husband and the wife alone, okay? It's not just between them only. No, I'm not saying that you don't have any relationship. Yes, marriage through, the relationship built through marriage is called as affinal. So, along with the husband and the wife, the husband becomes the relative of the wife's family, and also the wife becomes a part of the husband's family. And this type of relationship is called as affinal kinship. Now, all such relatives are known as affinal kin. So for example, the husband's father-in-law, okay, which is the wife's father, okay, and wife's mother is called as husband's mother-in-law, vice versa, right? Now, this kind of relationship, through marriage, sometimes it is also called as the affinal kins, okay? All such relatives are called as affinal kins, and it is also called as affinies, okay? A-F-F-I-N-E-S, A-F-F-I-N-E-S, affinies, okay? The next one is called as consanguineous, okay? Consanguineous, C-O-N-S-A-N-G, okay? S-A-N-G, U-I-N-E-O-U-S, consanguineous kinship. Okay, so what is this consanguineous kinship all about here? Okay, C-O-N-S-A-N-G-I-U-I-N-E-O-U-S, consanguineous kinship. Now, the topic which I'm discussing with you is there in your page number 36. So I request you to kindly, go through the go through the textbook, okay, as I explained here. Now, this particular consanguineous kinship, okay, is given in your page number 36, the second point, okay. Now, what kind of kinship is this? Consanguineous kinship, okay, is based on common blood. Means you are descended from a particular bloodline, okay. That is called as consanguineous. Who are those people, with whom you are related through your blood? It can be your mother, it can be your sister, it can be your father, right? So it can be your brother as well, right? So this kind of relationship which is built through blood is called as consanguineous kinship, okay? Now, the relationship between, like I've said, the parents and the children, and also between the siblings, okay, is consanguineous kinship. Kindly underline that particular point, okay? It's there on your page number 36, the second point, and it's given in your second line, okay? Consanguineous kinship extends to all who have common ancestry, okay? So it's not just confined, okay? It's not just confined to your father, your mother, and your siblings, but it is also, it also includes your grandfather, yeah, and your grandchildren as well, okay? Where, for example, all those are descended from one bloodline, grandfather, father, son, and their grandchildren, right? So all those are descended from one bloodline, and this is called as the consanguineous kinship. Now, and all those who are related through consanguinity are called as consanguine kins, okay? So those people, okay, who are those persons or individuals who are related, through blood, all those individuals, okay, those relatives are called as consanguine kins, okay? Now, kinship through adoption is similar to consanguineous kinship. Why? Because, once you adopt a particular child, okay, he or she becomes your own family, and that is the reason why it is also counted, or it is counted similar to consanguineous kinship, okay? So those were the two types of kinship. And the next is about the incest taboo, okay? Incest taboo. Incest taboo exists in the society in order to regulate the sexual relationship between two individuals, okay? Now, the social control of sexual impulses is accomplished through the rules specified by the society, okay? Now, with whom you are supposed to have sexual intercourse, it is also determined purely in the society. For example, the first one in your page number 36, okay, in your third paragraph, it talks about the incest taboo, okay? Here they have mentioned 2 points here. Here the society specifies, okay, who can legitimately, okay, have sexual intercourse with whom. The society clearly, okay, puts a boundary, okay, line between, among different individuals, and tells them, between whom, they can have sexual intercourse. That is what it means here. And it is between the husband and the wife only, right? And who can marry whom? It also talks about, who can marry whom. Now, here, for example, in a society, for example, if they belong to the same clan, in some societies, in some tribes among the Nagas also, the people belonging to the same clan cannot marry each other. The Ao community, for example, they do not allow, people or two individuals belonging to the same clan to intermarry each other, and that is prohibited. Okay, and this can come under incest taboo. Okay, so since I have already explained in my previous in my previous classes about incest taboo, so I'm not going so much into detail about it. Okay, now, so people belonging to the same clan cannot intermarry each other among the Aos. So it is a clear sign of, society telling you who you can marry, okay, and whom you cannot marry also. So if you belong to, a clan, or if you if two individuals belong to a different clan, and if they are descended from different ancestors, then only they can marry each other, right? So that is what it means here. So society sanctions, whom you can marry, okay? But in some societies, in almost all the Naga society, okay, we do not allow cousin marriage. But when we look into, the outside of our Naga society, there are also other societies where they allow cousin marriage, cross cousin marriage. That is what it means here, okay? So, some society may ask you to marry, it's legitimate, or it is like legal to marry your cousin. But in some societies, like our society in Nagaland, okay, we do not allow crisscross cousin marriage, right? So those kind of, differences can be seen. That is the reason why society has the say on, with whom you can marry, and also with whom you can have sexual intercourse, right? And that is basically between the husband and the wife only, right? Now incest taboo, okay, what does it do here? What does it do to an individual? It prohibits, okay, sexual contact among people defined as relatives, okay, typically parents and children, between brothers and sisters, right? Although there are rare exceptions, right? Among the rarest and the rarest of the cases, some, it's allowed, but, okay, it's allowed. But, in almost all the societies, I should say, in almost all the societies, the sexual relationship between the parents and the children is not allowed. Or, having a sexual relationship between the siblings is not allowed. And that comes under the incest taboo, okay? So that is one thing that they prohibit, okay? That is what it prohibits. Or between relatives as well, right? So that is what it is being prohibited in the society. That is what it says here. Now, taboo is found in all the societies, right? So who is included as a family? This kind of people cannot have sexual contact with each other. Now, as cultural constructions, the taboos are often elaborated and arbitrary, okay? But the goal is always the same: to regulate sexuality, reduce conflict within and between the families. So, why is there taboo in the society? When it comes to sex, it's because it is to regulate the sexuality, okay, between two individuals, okay, and put some certain boundaries. And the next is, it also reduces, okay, it also reduces conflict between families, okay. For example, abstinence of having sexual relationship between the family, okay, in one family, it also regulates the sexuality, means it strictly prohibits, okay, the sexual relationship between the father and the daughter, right, and the son and the mother. Not only that, okay, it also stops the quarrel or fight between two individuals in the family. Okay, why? Because it's clearly mentioned by the society, right? Now, taboo is also the foundation of group survival, and that is the reason why, since there won't be any chaos, right? Because of the taboo, okay, the prohibition which is given there in the society, it will abstain, an individual from having sexual contact with each other. Now, it also said that this kind of this kind of relationship is also abstained, or needs to be abstained. Why? Because of some biological factors. It says in your textbook, page number 36, the last line, okay, and also continues in the page number 37, okay. Although it is known scientifically until the 19th century. See, until the 19th century, marrying outside the bloodline also reduces the likelihood of mental and physical defects among the newborns. See, so what happens is that if you marry, okay, outside the bloodline, for example, the cousins, okay. Now what happens is that, you have a certain, bloodline, okay. For example, your grandfather, and your father, and here comes you, okay, and then comes your children. Now what happens is that, or maybe your cousins as well, okay. So those people are very closely related when it comes to your bloodline, right? And by abstaining, or by keeping yourself away from marriage with those people, okay, it also reduces the chances of mental, disability, or even the physical defects, among the individuals. Simply means, okay, if you marry a person who is very closely related to you through blood, okay, there is high chances that there will be physical defects, okay, or mental disability. That is what it means here. So those are some of the things, okay, which might happen, and that is the reason why we have to abstain ourselves from all those relationships, okay, where you have very close blood relationship. That is what it says, okay. In the 19th century, this has been discovered, okay. It's clearly mentioned in your textbooks. Now, the next is about the degree of kinship. It's given in your page number 37, okay. Primary kin, okay, primary kins. Now, we will be discussing about three, okay, primary, secondary, and tertiary kin, okay. Now, primary means the close ones here. Primary kin or first degree kin are those who are directly related to us. Those people who are directly related to us are called as primary kin, okay. So, those people who are directly related to you. Now, people who are directly related to you, for example, here, for example, a guy, okay, Mr. A. Now, Mr. A has a father, okay. Mr. A also has some children, right? He has children. Now, what happened is that the father and Mr. A are directly related, and also Mr. A is also directly related to their children, right? So this kind of direct relationship, okay, for example, your father, your sister, your brother, right? So those kind of relationship that you have, okay, which is directly related to you, okay, this is called as primary kin, okay, primary kin. Now, here it further explains that, these kins may belong to the family of orientation, the one in where we are born and brought up, see. So this kind of kin, okay, this kind of relationship can be found in the family of orientation. The family where you are born and raised up means the family, in where you are living. Your father is there, right? You are there, your children is there, or even, your siblings, who are directly related to you, right? So this is called as the primary kin. Now, therefore, our mother, father, brother, sister are our primary kin, okay, because they are directly related to us. That is what it means here, okay. Now, here, husband and wife relationship is an example of primary affinal kinship. So it shows that, how directly related we are, okay. So those direct relationship that you have. Now, we are not talking about your cousins, okay. For example, here you are, your father, or even your father also has a sister, okay. Now, your father's, sister, okay, has some children whom we call as cousin, right? Now, this kind of relationship cannot be called as primary kin, okay? Why? Because you are not directly related. It is related through your auntie, right? Paternal auntie. Why? Because she is your father's sister's children. That is the reason why you are cousins. So cousins does not come under primary kin. Why? Because you are not directly related. You are related through your auntie. It is related to your auntie, right? Which goes to your father's sister's children. So that is the reason why this kind of relationship cannot be called as primary kin. Primary kin is only direct relationship, right? So with that, I would like to conclude our classes for today. In the coming classes, we will be discussing about secondary and tertiary kin. Thank you so much.